Do you have Crave? Let me get on the. Chill, bro. That has a self perk on it. Bro, I'm not paying 10 minutes to watch self perk. Yeah, I'm not doing that just to watch the one show. Are you joining the broadcast? Just go on my PSN on the party. It's on you. It's on YouTube. I think it's OG Kunta. He's on YouTube. OG Kunta. Just search up. Just go on the party to see if I'm broadcasting. Sixers trade Al Horford in the first round, first and second round pick to a thunder for Danny Green. Did you guys hear that? I'm looking at the chat. I'm not looking at the chat. I'm looking at Twitter. They trade Al Horford and 2 picks for Danny Green. It makes sense to get rid of Horford's dumbass contract. Ugh. Yeah, Josh, I see me, not Josh, I see me post about Josh's Mustang. Yeah. 'Cause I seen Josh's car, and I seen Josh walk into his base, but he didn't pick up a phone call, so man, you don't be disrespect this guy, put Tycho on his whip. What did Josh say after that? He just said, damage, you pay. Can you hear my voice in that bitch? Yeah. I'll turn that off right now.
We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of Baseball on the Show. It's Game 4 of the World Series between the San Francisco Giants and the Toronto Blue Jays. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to the World Series. here on the show. With me is Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. And Dan, lots of storylines here as we approach the start of Game 4.
Well, I can't help but be impressed with the way these guys have come into this series and just flat out handled their business. They're hitting on all cylinders, and I don't want to fully count out the other guys, but if the last 3 games are any indication of how this will play out, I think this series could be over really quick.
The build-up to this one is just about over. It's time for all the drama of World Series baseball on the show. And we'll have it for you next. Matt Howry will be on the mound for Game 4. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, this guy comes into this start, Matt, having lost 2 of his last 3 starts, so you know he wants to get off on the right foot in this one. One of the keys, getting outs early and establishing his off-speed pitch repertoire early on in this one. We'll see if he can do that in this one here today.
The 0-2 delivery. Hit the other way out toward right field. Professor will settle under it to make the play for the first out, as the runner will have to head back to first. Coming to the plate now, Jeffrey Feldman, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. That's popped up. And this is going to dunk in out there, a base hit. And a good throw will wind up holding that runner at third, so the bases become loaded now with Benitez on third, Feldman at second, Broussard at first, 2 out in the inning. Heading out towards shallow right. Professor is there to make the catch, and they'll escape. At the plate, Jefferson, Professor, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. That just misses off the inside for ball 1. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Lifted into center field. Jansen is going to have room out there as he puts the 2-2. This one's flared off to the right side. Here comes the right fielder. He makes the play. Really had to hustle to get to that one. 2 gone now. And with 2 away now, let's take another look at our playoff brackets. And of course, the question on everybody's mind, will we crown a champion here tonight? In now, Victor Acevedo. On, he pops it up. Right fielder coming on, and he tracks it down. A nice running play to record the second out. Digging in for his second at-bat, Jefferson. Professor comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. And there he goes towards second, and it's fouled away. Fouled off. Here it comes, 0-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Well, we've seen a lot of guys swinging at pitches out of the strike zone early on in this game. So I think the game plan on that pitch right there was to try to bounce one and try to get them to chase again.
And the slider gets him swinging. Coming to the plate now, Vernon Moreno. He flew out in his last at-bat. High fly ball out to deep right field. Racing back, the right fielder at the track. And a leaping ready to go for the last half of the inning. And at the plate will be the speedy outfielder, Jefferson, Professor. Now here it comes.
Hey, this is a real pesky hitter right here. As a pitcher, you really like to keep this guy off the bases. This is a guy that kind of sets the tables for big innings.
17 years.
There's a cut fastball that time that runs in a bit too tight, and it's 2-0 now. He pulls this one into right. Feldman is there to put it away for out number 1. Now to the plate, Jefferson, Professor. He'll swing it from the left side right here. Bounce towards the second baseman. He's got to hurry. Throw on to first, and now the Jays are down to their final out. This one, definitely a low-scoring affair as we get one last look at our final line score. Close one tonight, 2-1 the final score. San Francisco avoid elimination to force a Game 5 in this World Series. Felix Valentine gets the W on the mound. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB. We are under the lights as the show gets you ready for another edition of Major League Baseball. It's the pivotal Game 5 of the World Series between the San Francisco Giants and the Toronto Blue Jays. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to the World Series here on the show. With me is Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. And Danny, this is still anyone's series here as we get ready for Game 5.
Well, they're down 3-1, so it's do or die time now. That's not a good place to be, obviously, but we do see some teams play their best when their backs are up against the ropes. The key is to just take it one game at a time and not worry about how many more wins you need.
The build-up to this one is just about over. It's time for all the drama of World Series baseball on the show. And we'll have it for you next. Jarrett Wada has the ball for the 5th game of the series. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, this guy has really good stuff, and when he's commanding his off-speed pitches like he was in his last one, he threw the ball really well, picking up the win and allowing only 2 runs. If he brings that stuff back in this one, it could be back-to-back powerhouse performances.
First offering on its way. Fouled away. Gets dirty and gloves it. He's up with it. The throw. Wow. The defense on display on this beautiful diving stoppage short. More on tap from Game 5 after this. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Jefferson. Professor, 2 on, 2 out for him here in the 3rd. Here comes the first pitch. And there's a base hit on the line. The run comes across to score, and they jump ahead 1-0.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roy. You get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%, not trying to do too much, able to quiet the moment down, center himself, and come through in a big spot.
And he pops him up, drifting toward the left side of the infield. Greer will put this one away and decide. Ready for another shot now.
Who the hell covered there?
As he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Here's the first pitch to him.
I guess if he came and took it off.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Turned on down the line. Fielded cleanly. Dig. It's a productive first out as that runner's able to advance 90 feet up to 3rd here. So in now for San Francisco, Richard Broussard. Hit the other way out toward right field. Professor is there, 2 down. Now batting, Jefferson Professor. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. And he fouls this one off.
It's 3-1 right now. I'm not trying to see them make it.
Now the 0-1.
No, that's out.
Hey, this is a real pesky hitter right here. As a pitcher, you really like to keep this guy off the bases. This is a guy that kind of sets the tables for big innings.
Had nibbled the corner there, but missed 2-1. Hit hard to the right. Foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch.
Hey, leading off an inning in this situation, 3 balls on you. You have to know that a solo shot's not tying this game up. You have to find a way to get on base any way possible.
Again, another foul ball.
You're banking it up. He's up around the 9th inning.
Lifted the other way out to left center. Santos is there. 1 away.
Hey, it's hard to win games at any point, but to win games on the road, especially in this ballpark, so they are very happy with this win.
This one, definitely a...
Let's see, are they going to take it back to San Francisco now? Oh, yeah, we're playing in San Francisco now. That's crazy, just we couldn't close it out at home. Yeah, I flopped. Just we'll finish the game up right here.
We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of Baseball on the Show. It's Game 6 of this year's Fall Classic between the Toronto Blue Jays and the San Francisco Giants. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to the World Series here on the show. With me is Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. And Dan, obviously, a lot of things still up in the air as we get ready for Game 6.
It's been a tight series so far, which we kind of expected when we started, but now it's backs up against the wall time. The series has shifted locations, and now these guys need to win the final 2 games at home to win it. This crowd should certainly help, but they've still got a tough task at hand.
The build-up to this one is just about over. It's time for all the drama of World Series baseball on the show. And we'll have it for you next. Adrian Velasquez will look to keep their World Series hopes alive on the mound. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, this guy has a 4-pitch repertoire, right? And those are a lot of nice options to have. You can go hard, soft. You can go in
and the second baseman is there to make the play, and that ends the...
Oh, Jesse!
Now, Jefferson Professor. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something.
My team is shaking their
yard this AB.
Holy
Count
shit.
Now a ball and a strike. Let's go now. What's that? Now the 1-1 pitch. 1-2 now. No runs, just 1 hit, 1 error thus far for Toronto. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Oh, I just
So
see
striding
shitting
in,
the
Jefferson
bed.
Professor. He got called out on strikes his last time through. A ball and no strikes.
Hey, this is a real pesky hitter right here. As a pitcher, you really like to keep this guy off the bases. This is a guy that kind of sets the tables for big innings.
Checks his swing here, but he does so in time.
He would have had to go with the old school Tommy Hawk approach on that one if he wanted to get on top, but he was able to lay off it.
Too tight with that one. 3-0.
I love the ability to hold up right there, especially with count leverage. I know you want
practice?
to get aggressive in the strike zone, but he was able to notice that that wasn't his pitch.
Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. And he takes ball 4, so he's on. And as you know, that often means the steal could be in order here. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Damian Pena. Throw over to first, and the runner back.
One time right now, kid. Here
0-2, here it comes. He pops him up toward the left side of the infield. Greer makes the catch, and now they might be able to double them off at first. Stepping up now, Jefferson. Professor.
It's a big-time position right here.
Inning now with the bases loaded and 2 away. There's a breaking ball fouled off to the left for strike 1.
Let her rip, let her rip. Touch off, drop him in 4.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that misses 1-1.
If you're going to have success against some of the better hitters in the game, you got to get that pitch right there. 0-2, he's almost certainly out. 1-1, he's got a chance to really do some damage.
Now it's a strike.
2-1 the count. Has a look, now the pitch.
It's
fouled away. Ramirez at third. Jorgensen over at second. Carbajal on at first with 2 down.
I'm shit.
So winds up not being as bad as it could have been.
I'm shit. I'm so shit.
Every game has its offensive stars, and in this one, he arguably shined the brightest. He's our top player.
Oh, no. Andy, man, I can't play another season, fams. I can't play another season. Those bases loaded. To tie the game. That would have been the one right there. I was up. So I'm red close out just now.
First pitch of the at-bat. This is pulled into right. And he'll lay out to make a spectacular catch. Wow. At the plate, Will Hahn. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Late swing, but he's still able to get a lot of this one out toward deep right field. Professor is back to the track as he takes it for route number 2. Striding into the box, Jefferson. Professor, as the switch hitter, will take his cuts left-handed here.
Ready to show him how much we want it.
And that's in there for strike 1.
Hey, pretty aggressive pitch right there up in the zone. Surprised he didn't offer at it.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 out, nobody on.
Andy, I won every award.
And now a fastball, but he's able to hold off.
I won every single award in that goddamn game.
And he misses low here, so the count goes to 3-1.
This is good
Yes,
patience
I never
here
lost
to
in the
work
finals,
at
you
the
know.
3-1,
I'm not going down.
especially after 2 quick outs to start the inning. Even if you don't end up getting a hit or drawing a walk,
Jesse?
at
Never
least
lost
you're
in the
making the guy
finals.
work a little
Every time
bit
I've been there, I've been
and
perfect.
giving your pitcher a chance to rest a little.
And he looks at ball 4 now, so he's aboard, and you always have to worry about the threat of the steal when he's on base. So here's the cleanup hitter, Damian Pena. Off for second. A bouncer to the left side, scooped up.
Beat it out, beat it out, beat it out.
The first in plenty of time, and the side is retired.
Ooh.
So coming to the plate,
Right
Jefferson.
here.
Professor will swing it from the left side right here. And he'll take strike
they got my
1 on the
teammate out.
fastball, registering at 93 that time.
Hey, it's nearly impossible to turn 2 with a guy that could run like this. It's even harder when he comes out of the box hitting from the left side.
Just have 3 home runs
really
in this series.
something tailor-made to even have a chance to get him at first.
That guy's dead end.
And he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now.
In a big spot like this, you have to be looking for something you can handle. That pitch bunched him up completely, so I think he's trying to do a little bit too much right now.
The 2-2. Doesn't get the zone. Count full now.
To be honest with you, I'm a little bit more afraid of the guy on deck than the guy that's up right now. If I'm on the mound, I want this guy up right now. He's the guy that's got to beat me.
Count remains full.
Hey, last 2 pitches back-to-back off speed, then he's late on the fastball. He could pretty much do anything he wants right here on the mound.
On the
I'm shit.
Base, this could be 2 to second for 1.
I'm shit. Oh.
They get the double.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Pinch hitting for the Giants.
Hit the other way out toward right field. Right fielder giving chase. He gets there, and that's the second out. Striding in, Luis Benitez.
The batter, number 7, second baseman,
Skied into straightaway right. Right fielder giving chase. He makes the play. Really had to hustle to get to that one. 2 gone now.
Come on, Jesse, man. We're not going outside.
Ready once again. Jefferson, Professor. Checks his swing, but this pitch is right there for strike 1.
Bobby Cox always used to say, I'm going to put you in positions to be successful. Well, against...
And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down. And now the Toronto number 4 hitter, Damian Pena. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Now a fastball runs inside and drills him.
You guys are
that's
for
gotta
that one.
hurt.
Well, the pitcher can claim that that one slipped all he wants, but that looked intentional to me. He goes with the heater up and in and absolutely drills him. That's dangerous, and I'm surprised that the ump appears to be letting it go.
Next to bat for Toronto, Scott East. Swing and a miss, and they'll dodge a major bullet that time. 2 away. So striding forward now, Rondell McGavin. Now both runners are breaking. A bounce it to the left side, and that's through into left, a base hit. And a very important insurance run comes across to score from second. It's now 3-1.
Boy, that's a big RBI right there to give this team a 2-run cushion going into the late innings. And it always makes it easier on the opposing pitcher to know they have a 2-run lead.
Before that,
Leo Mazzoni always used to say, old pitching coach for the Atlanta Braves, solos won't
watch
kill
this from
us,
the dugout,
guys.
you know?
And he's absolutely right. You give yourself a 2-run lead, a solo homer's not gonna do too much damage.
Matt Bauer is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1. Ready with the 0-1. 3 runs, 8 hits, and no errors in the game for Toronto.
See what happens. Share my team.
Grounded to the right.
Oh.
On to first, and that'll do it as they manage to not let this inning get out of hand. Blue Jays forced to settle for just the 1. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. The Jays are out in front. 3. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Rod Jansen. Heading out towards shallow right. Professor in a few steps as he takes it. 2 down.
Oh, yeah.
Looking for more. Jefferson, Professor. He singled his last time up. First offering on its way. Into the gap.
Come on now.
This is down, and it'll head for the wall. 1 run is scored.
You simply cannot offer up a pitch like this to a hitter of this guy's magnitude, especially with runners on the bags. He makes a living off frozen ropes to the outfield like this, and that one drives in a pair.
Now at the plate, Damian Pena. He's got to be looking for vengeance after getting plunked in his last at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, you're not lying. Last time up square.
Just
right
once I see you
it
have I'm good.
I want to see
No,
if
but
he
you
can
just
get
see I'm
through
good.
something
I'm
right
not
here.
gonna sit.
So
I'm gonna
he sets
freaking
him
watch the
down
full game.
swinging. Damian Pena goes down for out number 2 in the top of the 9th. And with first base open, it looks as though they'll go after the next guy with the force at any base now in order and 2 men gone.
And this is the right move here. With first base open, take the bat out of this guy's hands every single time.
Stepping up to the plate, Rondell McGathick. On the night, he's 2 for 4 with a pair of singles. A ball and no strikes. Salmons, the runner at third. Professor on second. East at first. 2 out in the inning. Changed up on him and dropped it in for a called strike. And now the Giants are going to get a left-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. A 1-2 count to the Blue Jays signal caller.
He's looking pretty passive here, hitting with a chance to drive in a run. Going to have to make something happen with 2 strikes now.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes
Right
now.
guy, right place. Need to hear, babe.
2-2, here it is. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Right fielder giving chase. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. So they wind up with 2 in the inning,
Alright,
but
boys.
it could have been a lot worse
Final
as they
inning.
leave the bases loaded. Heart of
If
the order.
they manage to score 5 runs, we
Lee
fucking
Wall
lose.
takes the mound as he's been called upon to pitch.
5. If they score 5, we
Here's the first pitch.
lose.
The 1-0.
2-0 to a guy with this kind of pop, you better be awfully careful because he's going to be swinging out of his shoes.
Ball 3 as he misses
Yup, it
low.
looks like my team is shaking.
That's
the room.
ball
Holy
3.
shit.
The Giants right now are looking for base runners. They'd love to start this inning with the leadoff walk.
And could
My
this
teammate
be
just
the
walked him,
start?
man.
It's a long way back, but the leadoff man is on base to start their final set of at-bats. Now the Giants' number 4 batter, Luis Benitez. He flew out in his last at-bat.
No out.
The 0-1. Now a changeup, but it misses just a little below the zone. A runner at first with no outs here. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Now the 1-2 pitch.
Or if live fouls out there, I'll be kicking for good and shit. I'll be kicking all the grass.
Hey, sit him down. Strike him out. Here we go.
Look out. Don't want to hit him there. It's full 3-2.
That was a changeup, so there really wasn't any intent behind it. Looked to me like it just slipped out.
Oh,
Hit high
fuck.
and deep to left field.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
fuck.
now this ball's trouble as it looks like it'll be good for extra bases.
All you can ask as an offense is to try and get that type of run in the batter's box. And they've started out nicely right here. They've gotten 2 runners on. They're down 4. A grand slam is still in play. Let's see if they continue this nice offensive approach.
Ooh, he's really in trouble, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. This guy needs to find the strike zone in the worst way.
Hey, come on, guys, let's go.
The 1-1 pitch. Now a ball hit pretty well to left, but this is going to wind up in the seats foul.
Strike these niggas out, bro.
Now the 1-2 pitch. Popped up. Ramirez over to his left.
Blast.
Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. Jay Portillo. comes
Yeah, they had
on
to
here
sub that
looking to
nigga out.
get the
Holy
final
shit.
2 outs and earn the save.
Yeah. Nigga was shaking the room.
Jeffrey Feldman will be the first to face him here as he'll stand in with 2 men in scoring position and only 1 away. Here's the first
If he
pitch.
does, I'm just gonna shit.
No, inside.
Yeah, we gotta find out. We just need 2 more.
Come on, fellas, let's go.
The 1-0. Good pitch there down below the zone. Got him to go after it. Portillo has proven to be a guy that throws strikes coming out of the pen and doesn't walk a lot of batters.
Boyd, every manager and pitching coach, Matty V, they'd love to bring a guy in that they know one thing. He's going to throw strikes and not beat himself. And this guy is certainly not afraid to attack the strike zone.
So we got him looking there. Jeffrey Feldman becomes out number 2 in the bottom of the 9th. So now to the plate, Charlie Driscoll, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
All right, come on now.
And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. 2nd and 3rd, 2 away. Last strike here for the Giants. Struck him out, and it's over. They are World Series champions.
Jeez. There's no series idea. This is the World Series, fam.
Well, nobody was good to say they didn't get their money's worth in this one. It took 7 games, making this one of the most competitive and historic World Series in baseball history. So they earned this one, and they can now call themselves the World Series champions.
Carries some dip on their chips, you know?
Back now on the show. More reactions now to this series clinching victory.
Now let's see what happens when I retire. Let's see if I'm getting a
And down on the field,
retirement
we'll get a
figure. Who
chance
knows?
to watch the presentation of the Commissioner's Trophy to the new world champs.
Jesse, still in the broadcast. Now, let's see what happens when I actually when my season actually officially done. Begin off scene. View retired players. View offers. Nah, dog, I'm retiring. You're not offering me no contract. I'm leaving my ring.
A decorated career ends where it began, with a call from one of this player's first
Nah, just
and
I'm going
best
out the perfect way.
allies.
Jesse, this is my retirement screen. Yeah, man. 180 home run career. Let's look at my stats, fams. Look at these stats, fam. Look at that, fam. 84 homers in one season. Yeah, my stat lines is nuts. My worst average. It's probably one of my first seasons. Actually, no. My worst. Yeah, my worst was my third one. Actually, no. It's my first season at MLB. It's my worst stat. Actually, no. No, it's fourth. But yeah, man. Taking the home runs, fam. 84 home runs in one season. 74. Come on, man. Those are juiced up stats. He's retired now. Yeah, fams.